That's it for today's program. Join us next time and we'll highlight happenings round about JA. Until then, I'm Joy Kelly with studio engineer Joel Samuels. Walk good. A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
New NHT loans now in effect, up to 9 million for individuals and as high as 23 million for co-applicants, making home ownership more accessible for Jamaicans. We are building Jamaica.
The time by the Office of the Prime Minister is
4 minutes after 9.
You're inside the Consumer Hour.
A very good morning to you. Good morning to you. You're tuned in to the Consumer Hour. I am, of course, Tawna Thomas. I'm sitting in for the very lovely Norgay Banton NGB, who is on her special assignment. Good morning to you, wherever in the world you are this morning. Good morning to our YouTubers who are on our Nationwide 90 FM Live 2 platform. I'm heading on over into the chat to see who is out early this morning. I am seeing our number one fan in the YouTube chat, Juliet Sanchez. Hello to you, my friend. Hello as well to Roger Smart. I see you as well, Rupert Wilson. Good morning to Monique Hunter, Inez I. Campbell Murray, Monica Callum, Monique Hunter, Kariva Peards. Good morning to you, my friend Herman. Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning, Zazie Girl 21 here in the YouTube chat. I'm seeing as well, Rider 40, my friend Cherry Care is out early as well. Good morning to you, KMC. All of you continue to load up the chat as usual. Good morning, David Nebar, always out early too. Good morning. Hello, hello. Good morning. Happy Tuesday to all of you. Happy to have you in the YouTube chat here on our channel, Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. For the Consumer Hour. Good morning as well to those joining us on the FM band on 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, 90.9. So hello to all our friends out there in Radio Land, and good morning to you if you're joining us on the Nationwide app. And do tell us as well if it is that you're joining us from revonews.ai. You're listening live from the radio featured there. Do tell us if you're listening live from there. So good morning to all of you listening from the website as well. So this morning, I'm due to be joined by the Acting Corporate Public Relations Manager of the NWC, Delano Williams. And Delano will be providing us with an update on the water restrictions across the island, and will provide as well important information on the latest announcement about the MSME water amnesty, which was launched on Monday, September 1. So while we get Delano on the line, saying hello to some more of you joining us in the chat. Albert Morgan, hello. Hello as well to Pekka, I see you. Good morning as well to Kenroy Mowat. Good morning, Kenroy Mowat. Happy to have you. Hello to you, my friend SH, as usual. Hopped on over from the NTM Live and is now with us here on the Consumer Hour Live. Hello to you as well, Donna Johnson. All of you joining me for this hour. Good morning. Happy to have you. Delano, good morning to you.
Hi, Tawna. Good morning. Thank you for having me. Good morning to your listeners and your viewers.
Thank you so much for joining me here.
To the NWC family as well.
Indeed, indeed. Delano, any updates, any water lock-offs, any systems affected by turbidity that comes to your mind now that you want to update our listeners on?
All right. So the main update is we still continue the regulations for the Mona Constant Spring and Hope systems, which means the arrangements for persons, whether it's 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 6 p.m. to the following morning, those are still in effect. I may continue to say we too get a little excited when we see the rainfall, but I want to temper all of us because so far it's little to speak of in terms of the true volumes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I know all of us out here fully convinced, Delana, that something is happening with the levels.
It is happening, but it's by little, very little. So we're talking about 1 to 3%. Yes. So when you have,
Could you tell us across each of the dams?
I'm going to tell you. So Mona, as at this morning, is at 39%.
39, 39.
39, right? And what we've been doing over the last 2 months practically, because we started regulations early July, we've been managing to keep it between the low 40s and somewhere, I think the lowest we went was about 36. We've had a little uptick over the last few days. But 8 million gallons, for instance, is just 1%. So when we have an increase like we did yesterday of just about 6 million gallons, that's less than 1% in terms of the capacity. Ideally, when we have full 24/7 supply, to put it into context what we need, the dam levels are generally above 70%. When we get to the 60s, we start looking at tempering customers to say, look, regulations may be necessary if we continue to have a fall. So at 39%, we are literally saying, let us hold strength together, continue to pray for the rains, and hope that the forecast comes through.
So that's Mona.
Yes, that's Mona.
Mona at 39%.
There you go.
What of the others?
My numbers at Constant Spring are relatively in the same range. I'm just trying to get that number up for you.
Sure. So Mona
specifically is 39.7. We had a rise of 6 million gallons yesterday. The day before, we lost 2 million. So net over the last 2 days would be just about 4 million in gain. That's 0.5%.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
My Constant Spring figures are coming up. Just bear with me a little bit.
Yes.
But as I said, it substantially means we continue those regulations. And I want to say something about that as well, in terms of one of the realities we've been seeing with, Constant Spring is also at 39.2%. Those are my numbers as at yesterday. Right. One of the realities persons see, Tana, is so water is not as instantaneous as some other utilities where you flick a switch or, you press a button and it comes. So while we start the regulations at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. promptly, sometimes where possible for Mona network, we start earlier so persons have water at 6. It's not going to get to everybody's tap at the same time. There are some places, whether by the elevation, meaning you live on a slope, relative to where the pipelines are, or just the pressure takes a little while to build up, that some persons may get water 1, 2, at a maximum about 3 hours later than the regulation. And so even though we try to speak the narrative to say between the hours, some persons really may not notice that their reality is not going to be the same as somebody else on another avenue. And it's not that we are trying to deprive you of the service. We just can't get it to you any faster while we're doing our best. So it's a little bit of us looking back at these areas, and we've been doing so in terms of sharing in their WhatsApp groups and their community spokespersons to explain to them what those realities may be. So areas, for instance, around Queens High School, those areas take a little bit longer as we say, for the pipeline to charge up so the pressures are sufficient. So if you're on West Avenue, Central Avenue, areas of Donmere, Swansea, some areas of Arlene Gardens communities, those communities may not have water coming back immediately at 6 p.m. in the evening. However, if you see as the customer that you do not have supply by, say, 8 o'clock, 8:30, please feel free to reach out to us. And we do our best to send a team to check if there's any local issue that could be affecting the community.
Because you have a customer in that area asking Delano why Constant Spring is not getting water until, like 4 a.m. when it should start at 6 p.m.
No, well, that one is something we will definitely need to look at. It might suggest that there's some kind of restriction. As I said, within 2 to 3 hours, most locations should have it. We've been also taking steps where possible to move additional water when we have it up the boulevard to further augment the upper Constant Spring area in the evenings. So if at all somebody gets to 10 p.m. and they're not seeing supply, that's definitely a concern. We'll be happy to send our team there during the 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. window and to do some checks. So feel free to ask them to share a contact with you.
Sure, I'll let my producer give a contact to you, Delano. We're going to take a break here on the Consumer Hour. We're speaking with Delano Williams, the Acting Corporate Public Relations Manager at the National Water Commission, on all matters in relation to water. I do see some of your comments in the YouTube chat area. We'll address those after the break. Take a break here and come back with more.
In Jamaica, your rights are protected by our Constitution. From the right to education to freedom of expression, every citizen deserves respect and dignity. But remember, with rights come responsibilities. Let's uplift and respect each other and stand against injustice. Together, we can make Jamaica a better place for ourselves and future generations. Know your rights. Embrace your responsibilities. This message was brought to you by the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs.
Corian Solid Surface, so versatile and beautiful. It's non-porous, no sealing necessary, renewable and repairable, so easy to clean and maintain, and can be thermoformed into any shape. Choose Corian, the #1 solid surface in the world, when you want beauty and the best for your countertop. Visit Home International Limited, located at 104 Constant Spring Road. Telephone 755-1970
or 276-6448.
Commercial spaces for you. Parks and attractions for you. Housing and residential developments for you. Beautiful rental properties for you. Improving quality of life through infrastructure development across Jamaica for you. The Urban Development Corporation, making development happen for you. Brought to you by the Urban Development Corporation.
UDC for you.
Welcome back to the Consumer Hour. I'm Tana Thomas, sitting in for Norgay Banton on our special assignment. This morning we're focusing on water restrictions, an update on that, as well as the MSME amnesty. And on the line, Delano Williams, Acting Corporate Public Relations Manager at the NWC. I see here in the YouTube chat, Peter Townsend saying there's a leak at his gate, 2 weeks now, several reports and still not fixed. Please ask for urgent attention on his behalf. If you could, Peter, to give us some more information, the location, you could call in and tell our producer, give your contact information as well so that we could pass that on to Delano and the folks at the NWC. Delano, I'm also seeing here in the YouTube chat, one of our YouTubers is saying, I would like to know why water restrictions are in Port Maria. Only Tuesdays and Saturdays we're getting water. Areas like Rio Nuevo and Tor Isle have water without restrictions.
Again, that's generally dependent on where you are. If a system, for instance, cannot serve everyone at the same time, then we do something called a regulation. Pretty much what is happening in Kingston now. Wherever the customer is situated, that's something we can look at to confirm and see if there is any room for improvement. If not, then we will update on what systems we have coming along that are expected to augment it. So, for instance, there are two systems that share in Port Maria, Bogue from St. Anne, and another system we have in Onoto Bay, which serves on the eastern side of Port Maria. Mm-hmm. So during the dry spell, I know the one in Onoto Bay does fall off somewhat. We call it Ita Boreal. So if for any reason there is a fall off there, then it means that we won't have sufficient water to serve the Port Maria environs 24/7. But as I said, let's take the information and we can do a more informed response.
Okay, so Juliet Sanchez, if you could as well to reach out to our studios, call our studio line so that Michelle can take your information as well. And Juliet is saying she's in Central St. Mary. So,
no problem. Mm-hmm. I don't know it like that. A road name, an account number, a telephone number helps me.
Right. So we don't want you to put that in the chat, Juliet. So if you could call our studio line so that Michelle can get that information to pass on to Delano. Delano, what's the water restriction time in Stony Hill? Because I'm seeing a comment here from Albert Morgan who says, I live in Stony Hill and the water goes off at 9 p.m. and returns at 4 a.m. the following day. And then Albert says it's ridiculous.
Well, Albert is getting it. He gets it pretty much all day, which means he's getting it for somewhere between 12 to 16 hours. Again, the Stony Hill system is pretty close to the one we call Hermitage. So the same drought conditions would prevail. There is also another reality that the system is a little bit undersized now with the population growth that we've had. So a number of areas between Lawrence Tavern, Temple Hall, and Stony Hill proper are on what we call a medium to long-term arrangement in terms of regulations. So if after the drought comes, Albert has this scenario still, then we can look at it and see where we are in terms of improvement work.
Mm-hmm. I see Natural Mystic here in the chat saying Eastwood Park Gardens, no water for over 14 days. I'm not sure if NWC is aware of that one. What's happening there?
That is definitely something I need the information right this minute. There are some roads in Eastwood Park Gardens that, you remember I spoke to the elevation.
Yes.
So the water supply comes substantially off Eastwood Park Road. It climbs a little slope to get in. But a road such as Glenholm closed, and sometimes the upper sections of Morton Park are areas we have to track. But for a customer to be out for 14 days, that's something of an anomaly that we definitely need to follow.
Mm-hmm. Peter Townsend is back in the chat in relation to the leak at his gate for 2 weeks now, and the several reports made and not fixed. He has provided some more information. Peter says the report number is 9714909. So what we'll do, Peter, is to make a screenshot of this and send over to you, Delano. Peter is saying several reports about the leak at his gate, and that gate is Forest Avenue in Red Hills, somewhere along there.
Give him my thanks, and I'll personally give him a call once we dispatch a team.
Right. So all that information, Michelle will pass on to you, Delano.
No problem.
Okay. I'm just scrolling down to see here. I thought this one was about water. Natural Mystic is saying there's no elevation on Westminster Road. Natural Mystic was speaking to pipes barely dripping where he or she is.
Okay.
Westminster Road.
Westminster sounds like near Old Oak Road, East Kings House Road areas. If I'm correct, I can double check.
Right.
But remember, the water is flowing from a higher elevation and possibly past you. So your road might seem flat, but you are probably in the middle of the network for us, where you're either fed from Mona, which is at the top or near Papine, or you're coming from Manor Park, and you are not the lowest point on the network. So how the network is set up, the water runs. He's off Eastwood Park Road as well. I just double-checked it.
Right, correct, yes.
Near Dumbarton Avenue. So the water is running from a higher point, running into a halfway tree, and then once it charges up, it comes back into those off-roads. So that's litter. So it's almost like you bend a straw and it runs into the V and then climbs another slope. That's how Westminster and the roads in Eastwood Park are served, which is why we've taken some steps to also bring water from Washington Boulevard. So we try to serve them from two sides. But we're happy to take the information, understand the frustration that persons have when they don't get water during their supply times, having their chores and their different business activities to do.
So that's the Eastwood Park
Yeah,
Gardens
that's Eastwood Park. Yeah, man.
And then KJW says, work was done on Renfield Terrace, water running like river from there onto Renfield Drive.
Okay, that seems to be a note for our team to do a follow-up.
Yes.
And some repair work.
Renfield, right. Yes.
Renfield Terrace, you said?
KJW says all weekend water has been running on Renfield Drive off Washington Boulevard after NWC did work on Renfield Terrace.
Understood. All right. So Renfield Terrace, Westminster, sounds like he's having some challenges with low water pressures.
Yes.
Right. And also, you got another one earlier said Eastwood Park Road, but it never provided a direct road name.
I believe...
if that customer could share, then it would be great.
I believe the Eastwood Park has to do with... or is that separate? I'm going to check on the Brett Delano for those two and then provide you with the information. I'm seeing here one from Robert Ellis who says, good morning. I live in Kencott South Road, to be exact.
Yes.
And we have had no water for 2 weeks now.
Kencott is off Halfway Tree Road. Yes.
And another, Sunil Tolan, says, I'm in Havendale at Montcalm Drive, and I haven't received water in my pipes since August 2.
We spoke.
So that's a month now.
To this customer, the arrangement I think we're reverting to for the time being is to strive to truck. If we haven't done a trucking in this week, then we will definitely follow with Mr. Tolan to have that rectified. As I said to you, so when you have a system that is at its optimum, meaning to serve everybody, you are running the pumps 24 hours, and you're now restricted to a 12-hour because you just don't have enough water. You're going to find on some roads that the water gets to a point. So you have 15 lots on the road, it gets to lot 7, it just can't pass lot 7 because there's just not enough pumping or pressure time on the network before we then have to revert. Those customers, we either work in another regulation schedule for them or we assist with trucking to those customers.
The lines are open. 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, or digital line 618-8255. We'll continue to field your questions from the YouTube chat after the break, as well as after the break, Delano Focus 2 on the MSME water amnesty. So going to take a break here on the Consumer Hour and come back with more.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:30.
Need to make a change to your title or need a title? GeoLand Title Limited. They do lost title application, add and remove names from titles, wills, estates. First-time registration land surveys also included. Affordable rates and flexible payment options. NLA adjudication and land titling waivers also available. They have 8 locations island-wide. Call 876-754-6436 or visit their website at geolandonline.com. GeoLand Title Limited. Secure your land, secure your title.
Need fast, reliable delivery? Speed Services has you covered. We offer air freight 2 times weekly and sea freight once a week. Perfect for getting your packages to Jamaica fast. Just visit speedshipja.com. That's speed with 3 E's. Need a bearer, food delivery, or local delivery for your business? Call or text 876-484-8850 and follow us on Instagram at speedshipja. That's speed with 3 E's. Speed Services, where speed meets service.
It's time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paint's 100% acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today. Spring into style with Unique Living. Upgrade your home with our extensive range of products. Get sleek shower panels, stylish vanities, LED and non-LED mirrors, plus kitchen sinks, closet solutions, ceiling fans, and more. Available in various finishes and sizes. Visit shop number 630 Dunrobin Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-755-3661 or visit our website at www.uniquelivingja.com. Don't wait to spring into style with Unique Living.
Welcome back to the Consumer Hour this Tuesday morning. It is Tuesday, September 2, 2025, the day before D-Day. On the line, Acting Corporate Public Relations Manager of the NWC, Delano Williams, focusing on all matters in relation to water. Going to spend a little bit of time as well on the MSME amnesty. And we are taking your calls. First on the line this morning, Robert. Good morning. Robert has left. So try
to... Are you hearing me?
Yes, we are now. Good morning.
Oh, yeah, okay. I live in Kencott, Tote Road to be exact, as I said. From the water lockoff came into effect, we have not really had any water there. It's an apartment on South Road. Water truck came once, and we got some water in the tank once, because the tank that supplies the building, it's 48 apartments in the building, right? And we have not really had any water. The last time we had some water, as I said, for 2 weeks now. So can you shed some light on that for me, please? As to how and when we will be able to get water.
Delano?
Oh, I can go ahead. I was waiting. Yes. So What I pointed to, sir, is obviously there's a challenge in getting piped water to you regularly. It seems there is some arrangement with the trucking. What I'll do after we finish the program here is to take your contact, and we will seek to put an arrangement in place where regularly you can have a delivery to the complex. Once things improve, then pipe supply will be coming back. But whatever the challenges are, it seems your report is suggesting that the water is simply not getting to you, whether it's just at the tail end of the system or there's an elevation issue coming in.
Okay. Because what I know is that we have been having problems as far as water supply is concerned from ever since the apartment has been there. But we know now that we get water from Lyndhurst Road side, not from Alfred Tree. It's from Lyndhurst Road side, and it has been very good. But now we are not getting anything.
Right, which is simply saying that during the regulation time, the pressure is just not sufficient to drive the water all the way into your premises. So an alternative is what we're going to have to explore now.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I think you, in your message, you would have probably indicated a telephone contact. I will reach out to you right after we finish the program here.
Okay. All right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. And thank you for calling.
Yes, sir. Most welcome.
All right, Robert. And just before I get to the other message, Delano, if I could just say a special good morning to one of my little ones, Ari, who is listening. Good morning to you, Ari. News commentator J.A. is telling me Ari was adamant that she wanted to tell me hi. So good morning, Ari. Hope you're having a lovely Tuesday morning. And I hope Mommy has made something very special and nice for you for breakfast. So good morning to you, Ari. I'm seeing Tanya here. Delano is saying that she is in Black River, the Black River area. And Tanya says, I have a leak on Piccadilly Road and reported it from last week. And up until now, no one has come to fix it. And it's not the first time.
All right. Let me take that information and find out how quickly our team can get to her so we can have this leak repaired. If at all, you can share again her contact and the reference number that she may have gotten on her report. That would be quite useful for us to follow.
Okay, so Tanya, if you want to put that information in not in the chat, give us a call. Our number is 630-9371 to 4 or our digital line 618-8255. That's 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, 618-8255. Call us so that we can get your contact information and some of those details Delano asked for so we can pass that on to him.
So no, she could safely share the reference number without fear of her other private matters being exposed, and I'd be happy to take that.
Very well. So Tanya, you can put your reference number in the YouTube chat. Delano will pick that up. So Delano, in the meantime, turning our attention now to the amnesty. Talk to us about that.
All right. So amnesty is here again. We've listened to the feedback of our customers. The last time we were out, between January and May, we facilitated mainly residential customers. Now, Tana, there's another group of persons who, you're just starting out with your little hustle, or you're finding that you're good at cosmetology, or you're barbering, you're offering a little cook shop service. These are a number of the persons that fall in the MSME category. They're micro, small, or medium enterprises. And these persons are similarly struggling with their bills. So we've decided to offer a 3-month amnesty started yesterday, and it will run through till the end of November, offering for customers who are, these persons are commercial account holders now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, they must match the description for us as MSMEs. So if they are disconnected for any period greater than 3 months, the balance qualifies for 50% write-off. No questions asked. Plus, we give them some time, another 3 months, to clear their portion. So let me give you an illustration.
Yes.
You're disconnected for 3 months, so counting from now, if you're disconnected anytime, so that's June, July, August, right? So anytime before June 1, you were disconnected. We look on the balance, we say to you, we can offer you 50% immediately. All right? And then if you have $20,000, that means we're going to write off how much? 10,000, right?
Yes, half. Mm-hmm.
The remaining 10,000 for this customer, they can still use a payment arrangement to clear those balances. Sounds like a good plan, not true?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
It does.
So it gets your business back on track. A lot of these places require water for sanitation and just to keep their businesses operating safely. And we want to facilitate that. There are also the other group who are still running the business. They've been trying to make the payments, but they have fallen behind. So if they have any balances over 180 days, so if you have a balance from 6 months ago, then we again look at that balance. The only other criteria is that the balance really needs to be over 30,000. We're looking on the persons who have had such a struggle that the bills have accumulated for some time. And we will offer them 50% as well, plus the payment arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, this will run from September 1 through to November 30th. So we're looking to give business operators a chance to remain current, get back on track if they've fallen significantly behind, clear those arrears, and keep their business operations running as smoothly as possible where water is concerned.
For persons out there, they are part of the MSME community. What do they need to bring, for example, if they want to take up this arrangement?
So we're going to be taking the account numbers. If we need any additional details from them, such as their registration, because some persons may provide, there might be a slight difference with the business name versus what the water account is registered in.
Mm-hmm.
Then we will ask them to furnish those. So the account number is your starting point. Feel free to make contact with the NWC through our contact center. That's the easy number is 888-CALL-NWC or 888-225-5692. If you wish, you can visit any NWC location wherever you are on the island and just simply make your queries from there. We will have similar query spaces on the mobile app, on our website, or on our web chat. So any one of those 5 platforms, they reach out, provide the account number. If we need any additional details, we will communicate with them.
Oh, so you don't necessarily have to show up at an NWC office right away?
No. Where we ask them to show up is if they need to physically sign the contract, and we've also explored emailing to a number of persons, and they return the document to us once it's satisfactorily completed.
Mm-hmm. Someone called asking if there will be any arrangements for persons with disabilities. I'm not sure if any considerations were taken in regards to that.
Well, if you're a business owner, so you fit in that category, then the same arrangement applies. We will be connecting with the Council for Persons Living with Disabilities. We are also engaging with the Chambers of Commerce, the JMEA, and other key stakeholder groups. So if it means that we take some steps to facilitate the persons with disabilities, we have already started that with the first amnesty. We'll be happy to continue the same process.
All right, we're going to talk some more about that, Delano, on the other side of the break, or final segment, speaking with Delano Williams from the National Water Commission. He is the acting corporate public relations manager. Take a break here and come back with more on the Consumer Hour.
Fill all your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:45.
Move with Morenzu at Burt's Auto Parts and get 15% off Morenzu products, including radiators, air filters, oil filters, fuel filters, tie rod ends, rack ends, ball joints, and stabilizer links. Keep your car performing at its best with quality parts you can trust. This offer runs until September 20, 2025, so don't miss out. All you need to do is tell your sales rep the code. Hashtag Move with Morenzu15. Move smart. Move with Morenzu. Only at Burt's Auto Parts. It hurts if you don't check Burt's.
It's time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paint's 100% acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
Welcome back to the Consumer Hour, our final segment of the Consumer Hour this morning, focusing on water matters, NWC water restriction update you got earlier, as well as some information on the MSME amnesty. We're also taking your calls on the line. Sean, good morning.
Pleasant good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah, great to have been the opportunity to speak to you as well.
Yes.
Okay. What I'd like to ask, put forward is this question. If there's any point in time where the government, whether inbound or outbound government, have the intention whether to privatize water.
Delano.
Reduce water in the community to prioritize water. Is there any such case?
I can't recall ever hearing that. Have you, Delano?
No, I'm not aware of that discussion.
Yes. So what you're speaking of, Sean, is having private entities at a localized level supply water to residents instead of broad National Water Commission.
Yeah, so we know exactly what is, what level we are at.
Oh, I've never heard of such a thing.
Instead of having, you have actually about 10, 20 different water companies in Jamaica that sell water to different locations.
But don't you think that would be a bit difficult to manage? If you had all of these different localized entities supplying water on behalf of the state and collecting on behalf of the state? Instead of having one authority that is vested in supplying water and collecting water bills?
Yeah, because they reducing taxes off of water, so they actually gain.
Say that again, Sean.
If taxes being reduced, then there's a lot of gain.
Yes. Which is something that has been done, right, Delano, slashing the GCT or reduction?
Well, there's no tax as it speaks on, there's no tax on water supply. So the water has never been a taxed item. If you check the bill, there is no taxes on it. Secondly, even the arrears, there is no penalty charges on the arrears, irrespective of how long customers serve us. And the first 2,000 gallons that we charge for are actually subsidized, meaning even though we charge, for instance, about $800 for 1,000 gallons, the real cost of it is more. But it's subsidized in order to ensure that even the most vulnerable persons in our society can afford water.
Right. So there you have it, Sean. And then there's been a reduction in the GCT on your JPS bill. So, Sean? Oh, Sean is gone. Rainford, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Rainford.
Remember I called in August telling you that my water bill is going up each month from April. There's only 2 persons live here. That's my wife and myself, and we are pensioners.
Yes.
We get a plumber to check if there's any leak. The plumber check and says there's no leak. When you look out the supply to the house, the meter is still turning.
You have one of the old meters with a clock in it.
No, one of the new ones.
It doesn't have. So you're seeing the numbers change?
No, when you plumber check it and clean off the little glass part, you can see the number and cannot see it. But when you turn off the supply to the house, the meter is still turning.
Right. But those digital meters don't have anything that turns. It just has a number that shows.
Yeah, it didn't see the number.
Okay. All right. What I'm going to do is, Rainford, is ask you to share your number with the producer so we can call you. Tana, we're finding sometimes that even though we've done some publication and education around it, including posting the videos on our YouTube, there are still persons that are not quite familiar with the new meters in terms of how to do leak detection checks on them. I'm going to be reposting that video on our YouTube and also share it with you if you don't mind.
Sure.
Just to encourage persons to, again, familiarize themselves how to do it. So it's a little different from the original, what we call analog meters that look like a watch face and the long hand and the short hand turning. These meters, they show you a number of the flow rate. So, yes, sir, Inford, we're hearing you.
Yes, sir.
Another thing, we went up to the Water Commission on Marasco Road, and they said they're going to send somebody to check the meter.
Yes.
And I know nobody don't come here.
When did that happen?
We went up here on the 7th of August.
Yes.
And I went up there on the 6th of the 26th of July.
Mm-hmm.
And I write I look at King Divorce. So this technician going to come check the meter. And I know nobody don't come here. And we get a bill in August for $9,500. So we are wondering now how much we're going to pay this month.
All right.
Because we don't wash here. The clothes go to the laundry of my wife, and I is only here, and she's sick with her heart, so she can't wash.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And they gave us a reference number, 970-7760.
That's 970-7760.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. So the time is not quite elapsed, Rainford.
Yes.
We do have, it's actually a 30-day period.
Yeah.
Actually 30 working days, that's the window.
Yeah.
For the inspections to be done. Where it's possible, we come within a few days. Sometimes it's not always possible depending on the resources that we have assigned.
Okay.
So from the time you've logged it, it's not actually elapsed, which is why we do a second recommendation, which is to get your plumber involved. So in the event that something is leaking, at least your plumber can quickly get it sorted. But I will take the reference number you've shared and follow up with you as well. And as I said, we're going to just reshare the videos on how persons can do their own leak detection checks, just to familiarize yourself. Maybe if your plumber can't come back, a relative can assist you to do a check at the home while the NWC team comes to do to provide you with technical guidance.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, I get your plumber to check,
Yes.
And it
right.
check.
He pinpointed the meter turning, but as I said to you, there is nothing that turns on the new meters. So that's why I'm a little concerned that we might need to just refresh you on how to check it until our team comes.
This seems like one you'll have to expedite, Delano, because it was July, August, now it's September.
Right. So we are now in September, which means we're pretty close to the due date. Nevertheless, we're going to definitely have to push through with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Rainford. So I'm holding you to that one, Delano. If Rainford, nobody visits, you do give us a call again, please.
All right, Donna, thank you.
Yes. A final one, Delano, because we're up on the clock. Llewellyn Winter is reminding you and NWC about the water bills he has been getting. He has one here for $53,000. He's saying, I'm still getting these bills, although I reported the matter to the commission and a meter was installed recently, but there was no adjustment to the bill. And he's saying this is a matter that he has brought to your attention. The premises were unoccupied from January 2025 until July.
Mr. Winter, good morning. I see he wanted to say hello to me from St. Thomas this morning, so I'm happy. We are, in fact, following up with the concern he made. There is a process where after the meter is installed, we review. Using the current consumption, we review what he was charged before. So that is now underway. But I'll certainly give him a call.
All right. Can we squeeze a last person? Michael, good morning.
Good morning, Miss. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Good up in at the Blue Mountain here, fresh and cool and nice.
Oh, Michael, my coffee man. Great. Yes. What's on your mind this morning for Delano?
The water commission, and I want to make him know, a pipe looking at the square of lamp since around 3-4 weeks now. 2 weeks ago, the water commission man them come there and then don't fix it. And second, that the water cannot get to distribute. And school opening this week, say the children have to get some cold water bathed in the morning before they go to school. So they can get it fixed right now this week here in the square of Flamstead.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so
loud
please,
and clear, Michael.
I don't know if you know Flamstead. Flamstead when you go Popping, Garden Town, Guava Ridge, you turn right out, University of all I guess house up here what they call Bellevue or up here, sir. So, and that here supply big district like Dublin, Castle, the same Guava Ridge and surrounding.
We're up on the time, Michael. We're up on the time. Why you call so late? We're up on the time, but...
Well, I just the time, miss. Have a good day and wish you all the best. And so you work on that for me, please, sir.
Thank you, Michael.
Heard it this morning.
Right away.
All right. And have a good day as well, Michael. Delano, can I thank you so much for spending the hour with me and taking all the concerns of NWC customers as well as telling us some more information about the MSME water amnesty. Thank you so much this morning, Delano.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me and have a great day.
You too.
Okay, man.
So that's about it for the show, Consumer R. Thanks so much to my technical operator, Kevin, my super producer, Michelle McCray-Smith, and all of you in the YouTube chat, my callers engaging with us this morning. Up next, Cliff Hughes Online from that beautiful location on the waterfront. I'm Tana Thomas. Good morning.
That was the Consumer Hour.
Buckle up, Jamaica! The Island Traffic Authority